was diagnosed with cancer last year, I was asymptomatic. I felt great. I wouldn't have found out if I didn't do a voluntary screening. Take charge of your health, go to the doctor, be proactive with your health.
This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Hilo News family? Welcome to another episode of the Can We Talk podcast, our show where we talk to dope people in the community and give you hot topics and news that you can use from South Florida and beyond. I am your host and founder of Hilo News, Janey Tate, and thank you for tuning in. Look, y'all, we are on our new set today. We have our things together. I see you guys in the comments. Shout out to Ty Live. Hey, Auntie Lori. Hey, Umfalme, I see you in there. No, we're not doing a seance. Let me get y'all. Come on, you already know what I need. I need the energy. Give me the love. Give me all the things in the chat so we get it going. Yes. How y'all liking the new situation? Y'all know today's a special episode. We are dedicating it to King D'Angelo. I'm gonna get into what he means to me, right? And in honor of that, I wanted to kind of, spruce it up in here a little bit. Also, too, we were having connection problems the last few times. So I was like, I wanted to look nicer in here. I went and got me a new camera and situation. I went and got my pillows out of storage. Hilo News, y'all know we do branding. I got my shirt on. I got my scissor pants on. I'm gonna let y'all know there's also too a inside with the scissor situation. I'm gonna give y'all that information as well. Oh, thank you, Auntie. Yes, we trying to do a little something. I wanted it to give, like Hello News, we're definitely news, but it's also to talk show energy as well. So it's like I want to give that to when I can. And today it's one of those days where I felt like we needed it to be mellow, we needed to be cool, a cool vibe because D'Angelo is cool. This show is dedicated to D'Angelo, my man. Oh my gosh, so icon. And I'm gonna get into all of that later, but I just wanted to let y'all know that today's show is dedicated to that. Also, too, we have very special interview with Commissioner Eileen Higgins, new to the show, but I hope that won't be her last time. I have a feeling it definitely won't be. And it was a great interview about small businesses. So we're getting into all of that. I'm going to pull up the runner show. So as y'all can see, I'm not in my normal desk setup. So if I have to lean in a little bit, that is why, because I need to get to the runner show, but I'm not at a desk. So just bear with me. Just bear with me a little bit as we get into it. I'm waiting for a few more people to show us some love in the comments. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all tune in. Yes. I'm really loving this. I'm really loving my vibe. Anybody who knows me, know my home 3920, mommy, auntie, friends. Does this mirror look familiar to y'all? Went in my storage unit and pulled out some things. So yeah, we vibing tonight. We vibing tonight with my scissor pants on. Love it. I wish I could try to show y'all a little situation. It has these nice little fringy thingies on here. So I love these pants. Y'all can see them on I wear them a couple of times. So y'all will see them on my social media. But yeah, today is a vibey show. A vibey show. So yeah, give us the love in the comments. Put your incense and candles. I don't even know if they have that type of emoji in the in the chat, but just show us some love there, and I appreciate it. Also, to make sure you like and subscribe. Hey, there you go. What's up, Tonsis? Make sure you like and subscribe. Share with a friend. That helps us out in the algorithm. We are maybe about 150 subscribers away from reaching the first tier monetization on YouTube. So y'all have definitely allowed us to grow since we started this in March. And I definitely appreciate y'all, especially coming through on a social media tip. And so, but please help us out, share this, like this. That helps us in the algorithm to get closer to monetization. What's up, Lex? What's up, iBraid? Hey. Go text Mert and tell her we on. Ooh, you like the background? Is it giving? Is it giving talk show? Is it giving? Yes, I'm loving, like, I'm just, and I know we're a little bit later today, but also too, I feel like it went with the vibe of the show is neo soul. It's a neo soul type of show, so it's a little later in the day. It's a happy hour, later happy hour type of thing, early dinner vibe. And I was like, I'm not going to start this show. I'm not going to rush it like I did last time. I had like guests that were live, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let this cook. I'm gonna set up my situation how I want it to be, and we gonna do our thing. We gonna do our thing. Loving the y'all like the background. Okay, okay, okay. I love it. Okay, I like that. Okay, so that's some good. It's giving keep the decor. Yes, 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 yes. I need to send this over to Tony. He always supports Hollow News. But yeah, y'all. So we are going to. You know what I want to do? I'm going to play this video for y'all while I get something going. Okay. So give me 30 seconds.
There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives.
Hey, and I'm back. Y'all, I forgot I cut my air off. And I'm like, I'm in here in these knit pants. I did not want to sweat to death. Okay. It's giving hotel workroom vibes. Yes, that's what we give it. That's what we give it. Yes. Come on, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we are going to get into our first segment of the show, and it's news you can use. Shout out to Ashley J, our producer, and all the beautiful graphics. Get into it as I click on it. Hey. So what I want to do too, because we're doing this live, and I want to send this to a few people. So we're going to get into the show. We're definitely going to do that. And I want to send this to another person here because we need the numbers up. We need the numbers up. All right. Y'all make sure y'all like and y'all share it in y'all Facebook groups if y'all watching on Facebook. Last week, come on now, we had 35 live subscribers. Now I know y'all was here for the drama, but come here for the news too, okay? Don't do me like that. Do not do me like that. Don't just only come over here for the drama. We do more than that over here. So let me see. It was one other person I wanted to send this to, and then I'll get into our topics on the news you can use situation. Okay. Couple people over here. I know this is a little, it's not giving classy as our backdrop, but when you don't have a live producer, this is what we get, right? And there's one more person I wanted to send it to. Here we go. I'll see them as they pop into our situation. But yeah, how y'all feeling out there today? Sisters, how y'all feel? Brothers, y'all all right? That's right. Janey covers everything. Yes, she does. So I'm going to pull this in a little close because this is really bothering me to keep bending as much as I'm doing. Okay, that's a little better. And that way I can kind of extend my arm and still give what I need to give. I love it today. So first story up in the news you can use segment, it is rest in peace to Dwight Screamer Wells. He's a Miami activist in South Florida who was gunned down earlier this week. Knew him from my early days of working in at the Miami Times and my work with People Matter Fest and knowing Munch of Valencia. And so I haven't seen him in a few years, but he's always been, solid. And it was really, really heartbreaking and shocking to get this news. So let me share this with you, and we'll get into that story. So here we are. I would like to read with you guys what happened. So rest in power. Miami mourns the passing of anti-gun violence activist Dwight Screamer Wells. Screamer was his nickname. Yes, very, very sad news coming out of Miami. And so I'm not going to show the video that the news stations have been sharing. I just think it's really insensitive to show the last moments of somebody's life, especially when they pass away in such a tragic, way. So we're not going to play that video, but this is what Hilo News reported on the situation. It's with great sadness that we share the passing of Dwight Screamer Wells, a popular and influential anti-gun violence activist from Miami. It's reported by the Miami Herald that he was gunned down Friday night while playing dominoes in front of his restaurant in Miami. According to the Miami Herald, Wells 40 was playing with two other men when a man walked up and shot him. The police said the shooter ran off on foot. Around 9:20 p.m., Miami officers responded to the shooting call outside of Wells' restaurant titled Winning and One Turkey Legs in Liberty City. Wells' best friend, Santonio Blaze Carter, made a statement via his social media page about celebrating the life of this beloved Miami community leader. And Santonio was quoted as saying, "Miami, we need to have a homegoing celebration so big for Screamer. He was definitely the heart of the city, praying for his mom and the rest of the family. Hilo News sends our prayers and condolences to the Dwight Screamer Wells family, loved ones, and everyone he's impacted in his life." When stuff like this happens, it's always, of course, shocking and heartbreaking to see this news, and especially someone who's in my age range. He's a millennial. He, doing community work like me. So it hits me a little bit different too. And to have known him, in real life, I was like, wow. I remember when I met him, I actually met him covering the tragic death, unfortunately, shooting death of King Carter, the 6-year-old King Carter. And he was a huge advocate, as you saw, like he's best friends with King Carter's dad. And, he was a community voice and a source for that story that was really, really dependable. And I appreciate him for that. That was kind of like almost like my introduction into hard news into Miami, because I hadn't really been a full-time reporter up until that point in Miami. And Dwight was one of those people that I first encountered and interviewed and got information about the community in Liberty City and learning more about that community. And so for that reason, he played a special place in my heart as far as like my reporting career, because he was one of the first people that I interviewed when I was there at the Miami Times. And so definitely to see this news was heartbreaking. And like, again, prayers out to my family. If you go to Hilo News' Instagram page, we share the homegoing celebration and balloon release that they had in honor of Dwight's passing. So yeah, definitely very, very sad news to share that that the passing of a Liberty City, Miami icon. Prayers to his family. So yeah. Our next story that we'll be getting into is about water bills. Water, the water wars of Miami Gardens, right? In North Miami Beach. But this one actually has a somewhat positive end. And so what I would like to share with you guys is a piece that we did, because we were actually at the county commission meeting when this ordinance passed. And I'm going to let Commissioner Oliver Gilbert break it down for you guys on some of what this means. So let's tee this up for you all. And here we go. Oh, we don't have no sound. So what we're going to do is click it.
We expect the mayor.
Go back. Let's go. Can y'all hear it? I can't hear the sound. Let me know if y'all hear the sound.
We expect the mayor to actually sign the ordinance. And then we're going to start the process of actually bringing accountability and transparency. Right now, that surcharge is in place. There's no agreement. They need to sit down with the city of Miami Gardens and all the other cities and talk about, hey, this is what we need. Lay out your case. Make it reasonable. And what you'll find is people will be with you. But we're going to just take your money and there's not going to be any accountability and you're going to do whatever you want to. That's ending right now. That's what this county commission did. I thank my colleagues. I thank all of our residents who actually came out. Because this hasn't been something that just I did. This started with Oscar as a state rep, Felicia as a state rep, Chevron as a senator, Mayor Harris, everybody. This has been something that's been important to our community. This has been the #1 legislative item on the legislative agenda for the city of Miami Gardens for 2 decades. And so we found a way to try to actually land this plane and start to bring relief. And so I'm just grateful to everybody. I appreciate y'all out there.
And so also too, I interviewed Mayor Rodney Harris, Councilman Leon, and some other
I'm
elected
happy
officials
for our
later,
residents.
but this is what
My residents.
Mayor Harris had to say about his reaction to the passing of the bill.
I'm happy for our residents. For a long time, our residents have been subjected to a surcharge that was something that we should have negotiated. That it should have been something between mayors and mayors over a period of time that we could have come to an agreement. But City of North Miami Beach never wanted to really sit down and have serious negotiations. They sat down and talked, but there was no real serious negotiation. So this puts us in a position where we must come up with a great agreement, and I'm looking forward to that. The decision right now is not going to affect the bills right at this moment. But what it does is give me an opportunity to sit down with their mayor and to come up with some type of solution to the surcharge that they're charging us. And what we're hoping is that we lower that surcharge, and we're in a position where our residents can feel some type of relief from being charged 25%. We thank the commissioner for his hard work and his dedication to making sure that this case be heard, and we're just looking forward to sitting down with North Miami Beach and working this thing out.
So here's that. And so pretty much what this ordinance is going to allow the City of Miami Gardens and North Miami to do is to finally enter into an agreement where they could discuss the surcharge that Miami Gardens residents are feeling. Hey, what's up, Ma? Y'all keep coming in the comments. I see y'all trickling in. I see those numbers going up. I love it. Y'all know I love the energy. Ma, do you see what I did with the plays, girl? But back to the water. So just to give you guys some context, so we followed this on High Low News over the last few months and just even years at this point. The water bills in Miami Gardens fluctuate depending on where you live, because part of the city is their water is serviced by North Miami Beach, and the other part is not. I think it's probably under the county. So for us growing up, when I grew up in on the west side of Miami Gardens, we didn't have this water bill issue because we weren't serviced by North Miami Beach. But people I know who live closer, I think maybe more on the west side of Miami Gardens, and it kind of spreads throughout, but they could have like a water bill that's 3 times their neighbor, like their across the street neighbor. So it's really, really ridiculous, because it's people. I've seen people in my comments say they've had to pay $1,000 for a water bill. That's crazy madness, right? And so this ordinance that's sponsored by Commissioner Oliver Gilbert allows the city to go into a negotiation, and if they can't, for lack of better words, come to an agreement, then the county can come in and have some oversight on what can happen, which can, as a result, possibly reduce the water bills. This ordinance does not directly reduce the water bills or affect it. What it does is allows them to go into a conversation to discuss the surcharges and the agreement on what the two cities have. And right now, the city of North Miami Beach is charging a 25% surcharge on water bills that they service. And not just Miami Gardens, there's other cities, I think like Aventura and some other cities that they service. And so they actually they charge that surcharge. And then Miami Gardens also charges a 10% surcharge. So someone is getting charged almost 35% above their water bill if they're living in a certain place in Miami Gardens. Yes, that mirror from the old house. I knew it looked familiar. Yeah, that's our mirror. I kept it. I was like, I love it. Yeah. But and so this is what this ordinance will allow them to do. And it was a win for Miami Gardens and for residents, actually really people throughout the county who are having this issue. And so another article that I wanted to share with you guys kind of breaks down what this means for Miami Gardens residents. So it was reported by the Miami Times. Let me pull this up for y'all, and let's get into it here. And I got some other video for y'all to show, because it got a little spicy. We call it the water wars. Before we get into that, let me show y'all this, because we had a little water war with the mayor of North Miami Beach pulled up, y'all, to the Miami Gardens meeting, and he was like, I want to talk. And Commissioner Gilbert said, Where you at? Well, y'all just get into it. Y'all just get into it. Let me share this tab for y'all and add this to the screen, and let's get into it.
For District 1. I was hopeful. Did the mayor stay for this?
No, he left.
Oh, that's just tragic.
Yeah, he left.
I appreciate him being here, and I appreciate their program. And I think you should take advantage of it. Their program talks about rates. We've been fighting for the better part of 2 decades now to bring water fairness to the residents of Miami Gardens who get water service from the city of North Miami Beach. Councilman Robinson, myself, Chevron Jones, we got a bill passed. The governor vetoed it. That would have brought that type of fairness. Now before the county commission, I've sponsored an ordinance to just require them to follow the law. What the law says. So we're clear, the law as it stands right now, the county commissioner for District 1. I was hopeful. Did the mayor stay for this?
No, he left.
Oh, that's just
Let's see
tragic.
what the mayor had to say.
Yeah.
And tonight, I extend an olive branch,
This is the mayor
or in this
of
case,
North Miami Beach.
olive trees, to you, Mayor Harris, as well as the entire council. They're real. I want to extend that to you guys.
Well,
all of
literal
you.
olive trees.
Also bring positive news that directly impacts all of our residents. We passed a recent act, the NMB Water Relief Act, which was recently passed and includes 2 new discount programs. The first one is a 10% discount on water bills up to $100 per year for residential customers who qualify for certain home exemptions through the Miami-Dade Property Appraiser's Office. These exemptions include senior citizens, delayed military, individuals with disabilities, disabled first responders, widows, widowers, and those with the general homestead exemption. So if you have general homestead exemption, you can apply. Second is a credit of up to $50 annually for customers who sign up for the automatic bill pay. If you have automatic bill pay, you're gonna get it automatically. But this is, and tonight I extend an olive branch, or in this case, olive trees, to you, Mayor Harris, as well as the entire council. They're real. I want to extend that to you guys, all of you. I also bring positive news that directly impacts all of our residents.
This happened before the county commission ordinance. And what the city of North Miami Beach was trying to do was provide a discount and some relief to residents. However, it only, I think, equated to like $150 a year or something like that. So the ordinance still was needed. And these beautiful ladies, I met some of them at the county commission meeting. Oh, let me share the screen. It was about 50 women in these blue shirts, and we have them on Hello News's page. And they came out to support the county commission meeting. But the new ordinance tightens oversight of surcharges amid escalating resident frustration. And so a year-long dispute over water fees, the city of North Miami Beach charges its neighbors, Miami Gardens, spilled into new territory last week when Miami-Dade County commissioners approved the ordinance aimed at bringing the fight to heel. While elected officials sparred over statutes and surcharges, residents on both sides said they've been carrying the tab and the stress. Yes. And so this is just like an overview. If y'all want to know, we'll have some links to this in our on Hello News's page, and we've been covering it. But I wanted to let y'all know, like, just kind of break this down for y'all a little bit in the sense of this does bring relief, but it does not mean that your water bill is going to be lowered today, right? So, yeah, you still got some time. You got to wait a little bit longer, but this is the first step in order to be able to get these things done, right? So moving along to our next story on the docket. Shout out to the, where I get that from? Here's the Thing podcast. They call their show the docket. The next thing on the show is, oh, this is a cool one. Free mammograms. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Councilman Reggie Leon is offering free mammograms Wednesday, October 22nd from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And let me make sure this is being on our screen. Anybody, you don't have to have health insurance to be able to take a part of this, right? And so, I'm gonna do this the other way so y'all could see it for real. Okay, see it bigger. Yeah, so you don't have to have health insurance. It is free, a service for the community. It's happening October 22nd at the, let me see where this at. This is 3000 Northwest 199th Street, Miami Gardens, Florida. I think that's Betty T. Ferguson Center. So if I'm not mistaken, but the flyer is here. You go to the City of Miami Gardens page to get more information. It's powered by Councilman Leon. You see Mayor Rodney Harris and Councilwoman Michelle Powell, some other partners there. But you guys definitely want to make sure you share the word. 10-minute appointments, no prescriptions needed, same day results. Councilman Leon actually shared with me that through this service, this free service, that 4 women found out that they had breast cancer from these from this service because they didn't have health insurance, but because of this free service that they provided last year or the year before last, they were able to get early detection or get detection that they had breast cancer and to start their treatment. So stuff like this is totally needed in the community. Please share. It's free. It's open to the community, even though it's happening in Miami Gardens. Look, you come from far and wide. If you don't have health insurance, make sure you take advantage of this. And also to shout out to Councilman Leon, who has he had to push back the karaoke in the garden event that was supposed to happen like a week or 2 ago. And that was going to be a breast cancer awareness event as well. And they're going to be raising funds to be able to continue to do this type of free service for people. Yeah. And it's crazy too. I've been seeing, I don't know if I must just be getting older or what, but I'm like, I've actually been surprised to see women my age. Y'all know I'm in my 30s. They posted about having breast cancer and surviving and having early detection. So, you know, I maybe I need to go get my boobies checked out too. And I do know sometimes people are higher risk. Maybe it's hereditary and things like that, but definitely early detection. You're right, Derek. Shout out to Derek, our Hilo News managing editor, That Part Podcast, executive producer, all the things. So, but you're right, Derek, early detection definitely saves lives. So y'all make sure y'all share that with somebody in your life or even somebody you know in the community who may not have health insurance. It's a free service for you to be able to take advantage of. Also, our next story, I wanted to get into island space. Y'all already know. Should I share with y'all what I talked about with roti? Did y'all see? I tried my first roti. Matter of fact, just because we talking about it, let me play it for y'all. If y'all haven't seen my experience with roti. I'm a roti girl. I'm a roted all over the thing. So let me share with y'all, and then I'm gonna get into the island space story. Where is it? Here you go. This goddamn sound. Okay.
Look, y'all, I ain't shit. I know my accent.
Okay, here you go.
I go to one carnival and I try roti. Now I'm down with the culture. Look, y'all, I ain't shit. I know my accent is horrible, but look. So my friend, he's like, "Yo, I'm finna go get some roti," and I'm like, "I never had roti." He like, "Really?" And he knows I like conch, so he like, "Yo, you should try the conch roti. I'm finna go to Joy's roti shop or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Let me come up here and meet you for lunch or whatever and have a roti." Why y'all ain't tell me roti is this good? It is so, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like I'm eating a conch burrito, like, but it's saucy, but it's like a meal. It's so good. I can't. Roti me down. Roti me up. Roti. Like, Caribbean. Let me just tap into my Bahamian and Haitian roots. At this point, I'm just gonna be her. I'm just gonna be all the things Caribbean, all in my ancestry, because I feel like I've been missing out too much, and I'm sick of it. Because this is, for all these years, I passed all these roti shops, and I was just like, I don't even know what this is. I don't want to try it. I just knew it was some type of little burrito thingy or some type of wrap thing, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like that. Love it. Conch roti me down. But low key, anything with conch in, I'm gonna eat it. But still, roti me up. I go to one carnival and I try roti. Now I'm down with the culture.
Conch roti, or my first roti at as y'all see, did you get inside? Normally it's chicken or goat. I got conch. Tontis, you know what it is, but I see what you do, baby. You teeing me up. But yeah, so I'm all about my Caribbean culture. No, the conch was not fried. I like y'all keep asking about the roti. I think people, and so Tontis, we live in Miami, but Miami's so segregated. I don't think y'all understand how segregated Miami is, right? And so even though my family on my dad's side, and shout out to my auntie Deanie who was watching in the earlier. I don't know if she's still there. Hey, auntie, that's my dad's side. They're Bahamian, and I actually found out recently. My aunt told me that my granddad's side, the King side, is Haitian as well. But my paternal grandmother, I don't even know my grandma's name. That's a whole nother story for another day. Is it Rudina? Ooh, Mamu. We just call her Mamu. Mamu's side is from the Bahamas. And so my grandma Izzy, my mama said she had an accent. I didn't really know her. She passed away when I was young. So they like Bahamian. That's what I know, like that side. And so the thing is, I grew up Black American. My mom's side, they're from Alabama. Like they black, collard green, neck bone, macaroni and cheese black. So I think a lot of people don't understand that in Miami, that you could literally live in this melting pot of what we call a melting pot of a community, but it's really, really, really segregated, right? And so the Jamaicans hang with the Jamaicans, Haitians with the Haitians, Bahamians with the Bahamians, Nigerians with the Nigerians, the Black Americans with the Black Americans. And so for me, of course, conch and Bahamian food, Jamaican food, like we eat that, but that wasn't food that my family cooked in the house growing up. Like we went out the house to buy it, right? And then also too, like, unless somebody like you knew or had a friend had that type of culture, like my auntie Lori, shout out to her in the comments. She had Jamaican friends and Jamaican boyfriend or whatever. He used to make us auntie, you remember what's his name? Was it Tim? Tim used to make us that coconut candy from scratch or whatever. So like, but that was like the closest that I ever even got introduced to Caribbean culture as a kid growing up. And then, as an adult, I'm like, I'll tap in here and there. Shout out to Papa Keith who watching. Like he introduced me to a lot of stuff in Caribbean culture too. He's Trinidadian, but it's really easy for you to be in your silo and not really even divulge into other cultures and many cultures of South Florida. And I found that out working at iHeart when I was talking to some of my Hispanic friends, and I was talking to them about conch, and they was like, what's conch? I have never eaten it, which was crazy to me. They were born and raised in Miami, but they just didn't eat conch like the way we eat it. So all of that to say, that's how I could go 37 years living literally minutes away from what they call Little Jamaica and Little Caribbean area in on 441 in Miami Gardens, and just never having roti. I didn't even really know what it was until like my late 20s, early 30s. And the sound of it, I was like, I don't know if I want this. It's like a little burrito thing, but it was so good. It was so good, Derek. I think you would like it. It was like a saucy, like it's curry. The way my roti was prepared, it was like a burrito, but it had like stewed conch, curry conch with potatoes and some other stuff in there, and it was very saucy. But they wrapped it up in this burrito thing, and it gets a little messy, but the flavors were so good. And I went to Joy's Roti Shop up in Lauderhill, apparently, and Papa Keith had reposted. He was like, that's like one of the best places to go. So I'm glad I went and got it at the best place. The flavors was just so good, but it was something about the mixture with the wrap and the food that I don't know. It just spoke to I really felt like it spoke to my ancestral Caribbean soul. It's not stewed. What is it, Papa Keith? How is it? Is it just curry, Papa Keith? Look at me telling the wrong thing. Oh, look at my auntie. Oh, Marion Ramings. Yeah, that's my grandma name on my dad's side. Her name is Marion Ramings. Rest in peace, Mamu. And so so stewed in like curry, like the chicken version. I don't know about the chicken version. Y'all asking me way too much. I just had it for the first time on Monday. Her name is Marion. Okay, mommy. Oh yeah, Derek, you definitely gotta try it. I had all the island men and friends. Yes, you did, auntie girl. Let me see. That sounds good. It did. It was really good. The conch was good. I actually got another one in there that I'm gonna eat tonight. Because I went back twice in one day. I wanted more. Yeah, you gotta try it. And so the crazy thing is too, like it was other, I guess I'm assuming they're Black Americans or just people who hadn't tried roti. They were like, oh my gosh, like from your review now, I want to try it. Fried conch, stewed conch salad, conch and papaya, roti conch with conch. Boy, shut up. I do love conch. But yeah, so it was really, really good. So all of that to say, that little sidebar, I'm all about the Caribbean culture right now. So that is a perfect segue into our story about Island Space having their anniversary event happening. And then the two, shout out to Papa Keith, who's in the comments with us tonight, who I do my podcast with. Y'all go back and check that out from yesterday. It was real good. It was the Miami Muriel debate, but I'm gonna get into that later. Let me stay on topic. But so Island Space Caribbean Museum marks 5 years with star-studded Faya anniversary gala. Do y'all hear it all in my throat? Do y'all hear it all in my throat? The way the accent is, it's really bubbling up in my spirit. It really is. So this event is happening, and let's give y'all some details on that. And y'all tell Island Space we sent y'all. So keynote speaker Marlon Hill Esquire, along with gala's host Papa Keith and Nikki Mohan, will connect passion with mission while guiding gala guests on an immersive cultural journey. The Island Space Caribbean Museum is celebrating 5 years of preserving and showcasing Caribbean culture in South Florida with its 5th anniversary gala titled Milestones, Faya, Fashion Show, Folklore, and Future. Say that 5 times fast. The Black Tie event takes place Sunday, October 26th at 5 p.m. at the Fort Lauderdale Marriott Harbor Beach Resort and Spa, and will feature an electrifying mix of culture, music, and community pride. Hosted by Papa Keith and Nikki Mohan, the event will include performances by Delu, African Dance Ensemble, La Vie, oh love her, and spoken word artist clash of cultures featuring Dominican, Jamaican, and Haitian poets. The lineup also includes steel pan music by Milo Groove Steel Orchestra, Caribbean folklore by Brookins Entertainment, and an after party set with DJ GQ of Sirius XM and Y100. And so, yeah, you guys go to hallonewsmiami.com. We got more information there about this Faya anniversary gala, right? A lot going on. This coming up next week. So we wanted to share that information with y'all, and gonna move on to our next topic on the run of show. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna do a mini review. We're gonna go into this a little bit more at a later date with my producer and reporter and good girlfriend Ashley J. But Papa Keith invited me to Eden. I went to Eden. I want to find a good picture for y'all. Let me see what this is. If this is good. Yeah, this okay. We'll keep it on this. We'll keep it on this. Let me share this tab instead. And let's get into this mini review of Eden Restaurant in West Park. Some people may get confused because it borders Miramar. So I went there with Papa Keith. When was that, PK? Tuesday. He invited me out. I've been wanting to get to this restaurant, heard a lot of good and bad things about it, but I was like, I'm a person, I want to see it for myself. And so love the ambiance, love that it's Black owned. The owner is from Nigeria. Cool guy, cool guy. The service was decent or whatever. And for me, what I really loved about it was the fact that it's a very, very nice ambiance. It was giving me like that Philly, DC, Atlanta vibe. Like when you go to those Black-owned restaurants, it's really giving that inside. And as you can see, like, and let me make this a little bit bigger for y'all so y'all can see, it's like, it has like this nice decor, and it's giving Garden of Eden. And so I will say, I wasn't blown away by the food, but it wasn't horrible. It's definitely enough for me to go back and try other dishes. I just think the things that I had, which were the coconut shrimp, which I did not like at all, just wasn't the best. But I had the whole snapper, and that was good. And so anything with any restaurant, you're not going to love everything. But I will say that the overall experience was definitely enjoyable, and I would go again for a date or a girls' night. I know that 99 Gems does a night there, so I would, definitely pull up on it. So I would just encourage everybody to go for themselves, to try it out for yourselves. And at the very least, just on GP, let's go support something dope in our community that we don't got to go to Los Olas or South Beach for. It's Black owned, a great ambiance, great vibe, and you definitely want to check them out. I also, too, would encourage you, if you get there, there's like limited parking, so you may want to ride share or, carpool with someone because there's not a lot of parking where it is. But for me, I was able to find a space. And if you go like on a weeknight, like when we went, it wasn't super busy. Well, I mean, it got busy, but it was still enough. It was still parking available. So just keep that in mind on the day you go, because parking is a little scarce. But yeah, shout out to Eden Restaurant out there. I'm going to go back. Now they're going to know. I hope that, y'all don't share this with them, because I want to be able to give an unbiased review for you guys and really try a bunch of different things from the menu and have the full service thing. Also, too, going with Papa Keith. Sometimes, he famous. So people sometimes, they treat you a little bit different if they know who you are. So hopefully they don't see this. And I get to go with Ashley and have like the full dining experience so I could come back and report back to you. Because what I'm hearing is that some of these social media influencers are like shaking down restaurants and saying like, if you don't pay me, I'm going to report a bad review, right? And so that has happened to, different restaurants like Eden and things like that. And so I want to be able to be in a space to be like, hey, let me just tell an honest, review as a journalist, as somebody who does this work from that side. I'm not like just somebody who just picked up a camera and started talking. Like, I went to school for this, FIU School of Journalism, Mass Communication. Like, don't play with me. Interned at Miami Herald, interned at CBS Miami, worked for McClatchy, which owns Miami Herald and Bradenton Herald and a bunch of papers across the country. Okay, worked for iHeartMedia. Like, I am seasoned. Okay, I am pedigreed. Okay, so with that said, I want to be able to give a fair review, unpaid, and pay for my own food, go in there, have the full experience, so I can give you guys an unbiased review on what it was like to go to Eden. Because of some of the things that I've been seeing, I wanted to do that and have a conversation too. We need to have a conversation too about how we support Black-owned businesses, especially Black restaurants. What space do influencers have in this? What's their role? And also, too, calling out bad behavior. If any of y'all fucking influencers are shaking down a Black-owned business, a small local business who's trying to make it and telling people pay you $1,000, pay you $500 so you don't post something to your 50, 100,000 followers, something negative that's not true, that's so fucking wrong. And honestly, you know what? Karma will get you. If you doing stuff like that, karma gonna get you. And so if y'all just see an influencer just fall off, and I don't mean like fall off something, but like something like where you like, what happened to such and such? It's probably because they doing stuff like this. And I was really, really surprised to see that people were doing that. But you know what? Not really too surprised, because people trying to eat, and that's just what it is. Tip, they actually are doing that. And I want to talk to some other Black-owned restaurants or local restaurants to see if they've, experienced that too. Because I'm hearing that from different people. It's like, yeah, especially if you're the new hot trendy place, if you don't pay them, they will post something negative. So I would also say, take what an influencer says with a grain of salt, because two things that they don't do, they're definitely spreading bad reviews. Yep. Two things that if you're not working for, let's just say, a credible news source or media outlet, you could just do whatever on your phone and say whatever on your phone, right? So they don't disclose when they getting paid. They don't disclose if they threaten somebody and say, hey, so you don't know what angle they coming from. If the Miami Herald, Sun Sentinel, Miami Times, High Low News, iHeartRadio, 103.5 The Beat, the TV stations, if they go in there to do a story or do a review, there are certain ethics that we have to abide by because of just the industry that we're in. If you are a credible source and you don't want to have certain repercussions, but also too, that's just a part of the industry. And so if you're getting paid for a review or somebody paid for your food, you disclose that because it gives the person full context of what the situation is, right? So if I got paid to come in there to eat food, y'all gonna know I'm gonna take what Janey saying, not as to heart, because clearly she got paid to do this. You know what I'm saying? So like knowing that information is helpful to the public, or whatever. Like they don't disclose a lot of information. So y'all just keep that in mind when y'all see influencers, because most of the time, especially too, if they got a bunch of followers and they don't build up, they more than likely are getting paid for it. So you may still, it's awareness, a commercial for the business, but I probably wouldn't take everything they say in the heart about like the food and the drinks and everything, because they're getting paid. So of course they're gonna say something positive. And on the other end too, we don't know if somebody's saying something negative, if they shaking down the restaurant as well. So just keep that in mind with these influencers with their funky ass. Super interesting. I deal with them a lot, and that's wild to do. Very, very wild to do. Especially to a small business. I couldn't, like, how you do that. But that's it for our news you can use segment here. We kept this on. I'm gonna just no, we got two more. I want to do these. Nah, we'll hold this off. I want to do this story though, because Katrina, y'all know Katrina over there in Miami Gardens, Katrina Wilson, Councilwoman Katrina Wilson. Child, she went off on them people again. Y'all remember that's kind of what kicked off High-Low News. That kicked off the podcast covering her going in on the people. But let me show y'all this because, and I want to break this down a little bit, and then we'll move on to our next segment.
And almost a year, every single some time ago, and through the counsel of my professionals and people that I'm around, I was told to ignore it. I was told to look the other way. And I've attempted to do that. I've attempted to say, I'll take the high road. I've attempted to pull back, to hold my comments. And it seems as if the more I do that, the more I'm subject to the bullying. Now, there is a side of me that I tend to be very professional. I tend to try to operate within the rules. But when you are bullying me, you're going to have to stop. More than almost a year,
So
every single meeting.
it goes, we posted the nice part. If you watch that council meeting, she kind of went in and they was telling her to stop. And she was like, no. Like, she crashed out a little bit, but to her defense, these people have been coming back to that meeting every week saying the same thing over and over again. And just, it's annoying. It's super, super annoying. Even I'll be like, oh gosh, they're going to talk about this thing from March again. Like, girl, please just, she apologized. What else you want the lady to do? Like, come on. But however, it's a free country, relative, but you can say what you want. We got the freedom to speak, right? And so they come every week and they say the same thing. Councilwoman Wilson sees it as bullying and tactics to undermine her. I personally think that the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think that they are doing the most, but I also feel like Councilwoman Wilson, this is also too a part of the job of being a public figure. People, and also too, we live in America, people have the right to say what they want to say whenever they want to say it. There are consequences to it, but especially in the sense of local government, if the people are saying, hey, we didn't like what you did and we demand an apology or some type of course of action to mitigate this, they're within their right to be able to do that. And so to me, that's also too a part of what they're doing, but also too, they're keeping it. I do think there's some political stuff going on too from the group that comes and talks about what happened in March with Katrina and the community were going back and forth. Go to High-Low News, search Katrina Wilson, you'll be able to find it. But I think there's something political there where they're keeping that top of mind and they're letting people in the community, anybody watching, know this is what she did. And I also feel like, dang, Councilwoman Wilson, you don't see the game they playing? Like, just ignore them. Like, don't give them giving them this platform and giving them that much attention for you to address them from the dais. To me, it's kind of like you coming to their level and you're giving them what they want. Like, you're showing them that this is bothering you and affecting you, and that's what they want you to do. And so I'm like, and it's also too, like, it's their way of having a commercial. If they want to run somebody against you or run somebody in that seat or whatever, they have all this film of them coming and talking about this. And so I think, to me, I would just ignore it. But yeah, it was part 2, but not as explosive as the last time, y'all. Not as explosive, but we definitely wanted to follow up and share that with y'all on what happened on the dais with Councilwoman Wilson. And like I said, we actually played the tame part. It wasn't because some of the council people were like, hey, calm down, don't say it. And she's like, no, I'm gonna say what I need to say. She pretty was like, I'm gonna say what I need to say. So yeah, y'all, that was that. But thank you, Ashley, for helping me with curating the News You Can Use segment. Welcome to my place, to my things. Do y'all like my pillow? Look, I love my pillow. We're gonna be getting some merch and stuff going with High-Low. I got my shirt. And see, with my shirts too, and I got to figure out how to mass produce these. We have tanks and we have midriffs and we have tanks. And since our logo is so cool to me, I'm like, I just didn't want to do the regular branded shirt. I wanted to do some fun shirts and some different shirts. So y'all will see, you know, certain things go up on our store as once we update our website. So yeah, just wanted to show y'all those things. That was the news you can use segment. And let's get into some feel good news. Yay. The first story in our feel good news story is, you know, Trick Daddy has been having he's been having a run right now. I'm loving that for him. And shout out to Commissioner Keone McGee, who honored him with his very own street. And so let's see. Here it is. We didn't get a chance to post it yet, but shout out to 103.5 The Beat, who was our de facto media partner to a certain extent.
You got real. Step back a little bit. Please, we need a little more room, please. All right, fellas, we're gonna look right here. Okay. We got to here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I got you, Ma. I get your regular tea. We're going to have some regular tea too, but for the girls, they could want to wear it. But shout out to Trick Daddy. I think a lot of little known Black history fact is a lot of people don't know that he's actually from South Dade. And so Keone McGee, Commissioner Keone McGee, represents the South Dade community. And this street that's named after Trick Daddy is down there. I know Trick Daddy's from Prime, right? And so, yeah, he has the street and they honored him. And so kudos to Trick Daddy for having the street named after him. And he also, too, has the lyrics from his songs in Liberty City. Y'all remember my story that went viral with Commissioner Hardiman, who was proposing naming streets after song lyrics. So Trick Daddy has a couple of streets that are connected to him. So shout out to him, and always, you know, salute to him for the work that he does in the community and being honored in the community while he can still smell the flowers. So another story, our last story in the Feel Good News section is about Coconut Grove's oldest Black church is turning 130 years old. You better come on. Okay, so let's pull that up for y'all to see. Hey. Come on, girl, don't play with me today. Shout out to the Miami Times who reported on this story. And let's share it. Here it is. Coconut Grove's oldest Black church celebrated 130 years of service, founded by Bahamian settlers. Shout out to my ethnicity. In 1895, the historic congregation continues to uplift Miami's Black community through education, worship, and resilience. So shout out to Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church, Miami-Dade County's oldest African-American church, established in 1895. And that is the Reverend Lance B. Bailey Sr. Taking a picture in front of the church. And so that's really cool. Some Black history here. If you guys don't know, Black men, I think it's 193, is it? Help found the city of Miami, and Coconut Grove is one of those places that a lot of those Bahamian settlers settled in Miami, and it's a very historic community. So shout out to them. For more than a century, the historic Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church has been a steadfast anchor in Coconut Grove, a place where faith met resilience and worship and built community. On Saturday morning, clergy members, leaders, and friends gathered for a jubilant brunch at Christ Episcopal Church at Gibson Hall, another historical staple in the Grove, to celebrate Macedonia's 130th anniversary, reflecting on its origins, honor its pioneers, and recommitting to its mission of service and education. So yeah, shout out to them. We just wanted to share that. Y'all know I fools with the church to a certain extent, so we definitely want to shout them out, and shout out to the Miami Times for their reporting on that. 130 years. Honestly, I think that's older than the city of Miami. Is it? Or about the same amount of time? You know, my city of Miami is not that old. So shout out to them. Shout out to Black history in South Florida. So, it's 162. Well, Pastor Cohen, shout out to actually Pastor Cohen's family. I think a part of that that historic group of Black men who signed the charter for Miami to be able to be a city. I think at the time they didn't have enough people to be able to sign it. So they, you know, recruited Black men and correct me if I'm wrong, Pastor Cohen, like to be a part of signing the charter. Like they needed them. They didn't have the numbers. And as y'all know, we was over here working. It's a lot of us. Okay. They don't like to acknowledge the fact that we helped build this country in the real way. But Black men, literally, there's no Miami if the 162 men do not sign the charter for Miami to be able to become an incorporated city. So shout out to them in that Black history. And also, too, at some point, I want to do a story on the history of the 162 men, figure out where their family are, their impact, that they talk about it. Like, I feel like there are stories in our communities that we don't tell, that we don't share. And this is one that did y'all hear that? See, this is why I don't fool with Miami. This is why I don't. What? Something fell, y'all. I want to look and see so bad, but we're going to keep it going. Okay, I'm correct. Okay, thank you, Pastor Cohen. So, anyways, we're going to tell that story. And that really just shook me. It felt like the rapture was coming. Like, I heard a big boom. Is y'all still, because y'all know they said the rapture was coming. Is y'all still with me? If my mama and my auntie and Pastor Cohen still in the chat, then that means the rapture ain't come yet, okay? Because it really did. Y'all know how they say the trumpet's gonna sound, it's gonna be a big noise. Like, it was giving that. It was really giving that. Is y'all still here? Keith, what's up, Tony? Is y'all here? Just let me know. Give me a 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all ain't get raptured up, okay? Because that noise was alarming. But yeah, we're gonna do a story on that, on the 162 men. And just shout out to Trick Daddy and the church in Coconut Grove, Macedonia Baptist Church for celebrating 130 years. So let's get into our hot topic. And I really, really want to talk about this because this has a special place in my heart. So let's get into it. So tonight's hot topic is all about Mr. D'Angelo. D'Angelo. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. You're so extra. No, okay, so y'all still here? Okay, it wasn't rapture. Okay, y'all wasn't rapture. Okay, because I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know. I need a few more Hail Marys and a few more forgivenesses. So if y'all still in the comments, then the rapture didn't happen. Okay, good. But y'all, today's show is dedicated to D'Angelo, R&B icon, R&B singer, who passed away, was it Tuesday, from complications from pancreatic cancer. So he was, of course, we didn't know. Oh, you still here, Ma? Okay. All right. And my, to your screen share audio, try sharing your screen again, restart your browser. Okay. So we don't have the audio. We don't need the audio for this music. Can y'all still hear me though? I'll tell you one thing, God forbid anything ever happens to Anita Baker, y'all might as well throw me in there with her. I feel that way, Tony, about Erykah Badu. Yes, R.I.P. D'Angelo. But D'Angelo, I'm going to read this because it's something I wrote on my page, and I'll tell y'all why this hit me so hard. Throw a pic behind you. Oh, look at me reading my best friend. My text. Sorry, Julius. I'm trying to find a picture and I'm effing up. I'm always reading messages. But my friend is saying I need a picture behind me. So I'm going to do that too. That's why I put the mirror right here, Julius, because I don't have a picture yet. But we're going to get it together. But let me tell y'all, and also to the tributes that rang out for him were amazing. Jamie Foxx did a great tribute. And so I'm gonna read Jamie's on because that influenced mine. And so what Jamie said was, along with Groove Theory, D'Angelo basically invented neo soul. Yes, he did. Let me see if I could get to Jamie Foxx's page real quick. I don't feel like doing all that. Okay, let me just read what I got right here. So this is from Jamie Foxx. I remember hearing your music for the first time. I said to myself, damn, whoever this is, they are anointed. Then when I finally got a chance to see you, like everyone, when they saw the most incredible music video of our time, I was blown away. I thought to myself, I have to see this person in concert. I had a chance to see you at the House of Blues. You came out and got right down to business. Your voice was silky and flawless. I was graciously envious of your style and your swag. I was also in pure awe of your talents, roaming around on each instrument, displaying your command of the crowd, mostly women. And me and all the guys that were there with me understood the mission. It was time to let our ladies enjoy this moment and not bother them. You took them on a musical journey of soul, funk, and overall artistic romance. The incredible dismount of your incredible song, How Do You Feel, still goes down in performance history. But God put you here for a reason, and we were all lucky enough to see what God has made. That's why today real tears run down my face to hear the news that God has taken one of the special creations home. I know God doesn't make mistakes, but this one hurts like hell. Rest up, my friend. And so I saw that post, and it inspired me to write this because if you follow me on social media, especially Instagram, I've been posting D'Angelo, stories and things like that. Y'all, sorry, I keep messing with my hair. It just doesn't, it's not giving me what I want right now. Sorry, I gotta feel okay. Y'all know me. If I don't feel comfortable, I just can't do this. Okay, so good. So this is what I wrote about why his passing just meant so much to me. They got to get Jamie Foxx for the best tribute. Yes, definitely agree. This is what I wrote. This is exactly how I feel about D'Angelo's passing. And this is what I was saying in response to Jamie's post. I've been trying to avoid thinking about it and reading more about it because I'll be crying. I'll be a crying mess. Neo soul is my music. D'Angelo sits up there for me with Erica and Jill and India and Musique and Maxwell and Angie Stone and so on and so on. These people defined music, love, and Blackness for me when I was just a kid at Myrtle Grove Elementary, not understanding life, but I understood the soul of their music. It was neo soul that gave a little awkward girl her first community. I knew I belonged there because of them. D'Angelo is one of the architects of neo soul, and his impact in my life will never be forgotten. My only regret is being too young to see him in the 90s and 2000s. However, his music is the best gift that I'll cherish forever. And ironically, D'Angelo and Jamie Foxx are forever connected in my memories because of Jamie Foxx's episode reenacting my favorite D'Angelo song, which is How Does It Feel? Guys, go Google Jamie Foxx. Yeah, it's hilarious. And everybody know that How Does It Feel video, right? And so tomorrow's podcast, which is today, will be dedicated to King D'Angelo. Fellow fans, let's talk about what his music means to us. He will forever be missed. And Jamie, I agree, he's definitely one of one. And so I wanted to dedicate today's show to D'Angelo because that led to Maxwell Badu, Jill Scott, and for the next 10 years, Neo dominated R&B and beautiful music. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Music is universal. Neo songs truly speak to the soul. I hear you, Tontis. Thank you. And I agree. And so for me, the reason why this hit me in a way, because I really felt like somebody, like a leader, somebody that I looked up to, somebody that I loved, their music that meant so much to me. It felt like a part of me was leaving. And I just imagine this is what generations before us felt like when maybe an Ella Fitzgerald passed away, or Miles Davis, or, these different amazing musicians that drive and shape culture. But for me, like I said, neo soul, like a lot of people know I'm an R&B girl. I love R&B, but I really is really neo soul. Like with neo soul, I listen to it pretty much every day. I probably stay in that 90s to early 2000 range of music. Of course, the new girls like the Snow Allegras, the SZAs, the Ari Lennoxes, the Cleo Souls, the who I love. Oh my gosh, that boy. You don't know it. Roll Some More. Who sing Roll Some More? His name is escaping me. Lucky Day. So it's some new kids coming out. And they have that neo soul vibe. And I'm like, man, where were y'all when I was growing up? Like all these different people. It was hilarious. Yes, he was. And so for me, neo soul has such a special place. Like to me, I am neo soul. Like that is the beat that I walk to, the music, the soundtrack of my life is neo soul songs, right? And I literally recently, I'm so glad that I was like binging D'Angelo, maybe earlier this year. I was binging D'Angelo live concerts. He was, and one of them, he was in Amsterdam, a jazz concert. And I was watching it with Tantis, and we were like just going in and just seeing him with the instruments and playing stuff. And he was just funk, just having a jam session. He's just a true, just genius, and played many instruments. And he's just a pioneer and just such a great musician, and his wordplay and his singing, that smooth, silky voice. I just was so happy. And I remember watching and I was like, oh my gosh, whenever D'Angelo goes on tour again, me not knowing that he, unfortunately was battling cancer. I was like, whenever he goes on tour again, I'm going. I don't care. I missed him. And in the time when he was touring, I was too young. I was definitely going to see him. And, but for me, it was something too. The crazy thing about it though, I was like, I need to see him live. But I remember being transformed watching him, this live performance that he did. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just love. Like, my appreciation for D'Angelo was already deep, but it was deeper watching that performance. And so just to see him, I can only imagine seeing him live. But his music, oh my gosh. When I think about Brown Sugar, I think about that scene in Martin's A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And it's like the montage of him, loving on Brandy before she get his ass together for trying her, right? But definitely, like, it's that. Like, when I think of Brown Sugar, when I think of You're My Lady. Yes, I'm sorry, I can't sing it, and my voice ain't the best right now. But when I think about Lady, and it just makes me feel like so beautiful, and make me feel like like D'Angelo's music, especially that first album, it makes me feel so beautiful and so loved and so protected and so celebrated as a Black woman, as a chocolate Black woman. And I didn't know how to put that into words in the 90s when I was in elementary school, but I was like, this music just sings to me. It just feels like me. It feels like I'm at home. And then also too, neo soul, as Tantis was saying, it's like a spinoff of R&B. So when everybody was listening to the popular stuff, like the Ushers and the Drew Hills and the stuff, like Brandy, Monica, and I fools with them too, but it was just something like the difference of neo soul. It was the knitted pants as I got on. It was the head wraps. It was the Afrocentric celebration of Blackness that just sung to me. And it wasn't the super popular things with kids my age. Of course, adults was on it, but to be a little kid that's like 10, 11, 12, that was loving neo soul, like I wouldn't get teased, like for real. But in high school, when people were like, what you listening to? And I'm like, India Ari, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, Maxwell Music Soul Child. They're like, oh girl, here go Janey with her earthy music and her the suns in the east and the moon reflects. Yes. And I didn't even care. I just loved this music, and it spoke to me, and it told me that it was okay to be different. It told me it was okay to be Black, blackety black. It was okay to celebrate my Blackness in a way that was unapologetic. And for D'Angelo to pass, for me, just felt like a part of like my childhood and my identity kind of like left a little bit. And I won't say left, but it was just like I won't say left because it's still there. It just made me, you know what? It wasn't that it left. It made me super grateful that I was able to live in a time where people gave me art that reflected who I was. And I'm tearing up because I'm drinking this wine. But it just made me feel that, because sometimes growing up, I felt very alone. I felt very different to be a girl who, I have siblings, but I would play by myself and do stuff like be in my own little world. And neo soul was the soundtrack to that music. And also too, just like the love that they displayed and talked about in neo soul music just felt like the love that I wanted to experience. So like Love Jones is like one of my favorite movies, even though D'Angelo, I don't think he's on that soundtrack, but it's like that neo soul, right? And I'm like, oh, I want to have this one day, and I'm going to have this, and it's going to be to this music, and I'm going to be with my friends, and we're going to be at coffee shops, and we're going to do this, and we're going to dress in our knit pants and our head wraps and all those other things. And I just felt like it would just show me that the type of Black person that I aspired to be and the type of person that I aspired to be existed. And they gave me this example, and D'Angelo was a huge, huge part of that. And his voice just silky, just beautiful. And that How Does It Feel video, ladies, we already know we already know that video and I found out in recent years that D'Angelo didn't like being objectified and like this becoming this sex symbol that kind of, you know, mess with him. And so sorry, King, if you don't like me saying this, but baby, you in that video, my middle school self was like, every girl was looking at the TV trying to see if they was gonna go deeper down on that video, right? And D'Angelo was so fine. And here's the thing, a friend of mine, I was telling him like that I liked like the gap in his teeth. And it wasn't until I've been looking at these pictures of D'Angelo, I was like, this is why I like gaps in men's teeth, because D'Angelo has like the cute gap. It's sexy. It's something about it. And he definitely was a sex symbol, a symbol of attraction for me. You know, it's a couple of y'all, Morris Chestnut and Shamar Moore, you know, Omar Epps, Omar Epps, and a couple of y'all. What's the other guy who I like? Mekhi Phifer. That 90s fine. D'Angelo is 90s fine. Okay. So all of that to say, the special place that D'Angelo has in my heart, I will be remiss to not dedicate our show to him, and just to say thank you in my own little public platform from right here to the byways. And just wanted to say publicly, thank you for the example of manhood, of Blackness, of love, of art, of being genuine and unapologetic, unapologetically yourself. The example that you gave me as a young kid growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, and being that example for me and being the soundtrack to my life and still being the soundtrack to my life. I love you. I am so grateful for the gift that I was able to hear this music in real time and feel it and discover it and discover myself. And I just want to say thank you, D'Angelo. I love you. May you rest in peace. My prayers are to you and your family, and to the world who's going to miss the art that you've given us. But going to miss the art that you would have given us and the performances, but you left us a gift in the memories of the music that you left behind. And so just so grateful. Thank y'all for allowing me to honor D'Angelo in this way, which is why we have our candles and our lights and our things today. And I wanted to come in with a vibe, because D'Angelo is he's just that. He's such a vibe. He's just great. So I just want to go ahead and get into some of y'all comments. Yes, as a kid, all I remember you playing was Erykah Badu, Indira. Like, yeah, Derrica, that's all. I think that's why you like it, because I was playing it all the time. Like that's the only music I cared about. Can't wait for the album he was working on with Raphael Sadiq. Oh, really? So there was an album in the works? Oh my gosh. You talking about triple platinum? Definitely gonna get that. Brown Sugar had me in tears yesterday. And how does it feel? Me too, Auntie. I was listening to the radio. Ricky Smiley was playing How Does It Feel? And the crazy thing is, D'Angelo has these sexy songs, right? They're so sexy. They make you want your man or your woman or your person, right? And I'm listening to How Does It Feel? And I'm crying. I'm bawling. So yesterday, me and Papa Keith shot our podcast, right? We actually shot it at his house. So I was listening to D'Angelo, like a playlist. And I'm like listening to Lady and Brown Sugar, and I'm bawling. He doesn't even know. Papa Keith if he's still watching, he doesn't even know, because I kind of like got it together. I didn't want him to think something was wrong with me, but I was bawling on the way to his house, just thinking about D'Angelo and the gift of his music, and just, what he probably was experiencing dealing with cancer. I hate that he, had to deal with that, and I'm glad he's not suffering anymore. But yes, it just feels, it's kind of crazy to be like bawling at the sound of like this sexy music. Anytime I hear it, like I couldn't even put it on the day, because I was like, I can't be in that headspace of crying. As y'all see, I can't barely even talk about it without crying right now. It's a blend of soul, funk, and gospel. Yes, it is. Yes, that's D'Angelo's music. I love neo soul music. So rich, so smooth, so black. Definitely. That let me see what he said. The light-skinned brothers are coming back. Oh my gosh. The light-skinned brothers never went anywhere. I said Shamar Moore. For me, if you black, no matter if you black this color or black this color and anywhere in between, I F's with you black men. I love black men, no matter what's the shade. Well said. Thank you, D'Angelo. Thank you, babe. Thank y'all for the love in the comments. Thank y'all for the love in the comments, for the love in the comments, for the love in the comments. That's right, Janey. Let's see what you said. D'Angelo and Neo Soul is one of the soundtracks of our lives. It is. Wait, what you said finally here, child? What you talk about, Julius? My best friend always trolling me in the comments. So thank y'all for allowing me to take the hot topics to talk about Mr. D'Angelo. I'm gonna now, before we close out the show, I'm gonna play my short interview with Commissioner Eileen Higgins. She's talking about a free business conference that is happening next week. So y'all get into it. Give me 1 second to tee her up, and I'm gonna share that with y'all. But y'all let me know. Y'all know what? While I look for while I get Miss Eileen up on the screen, can y'all tell me what y'all favorite D'Angelo songs are, or song is? For me, You're Mine. I wish I could sing. First of all, we are not. I have that. I love it. In the meantime, the memories I have from that song, yes, God. Which song, Ma? But let me know y'all favorite D'Angelo song. My all-time favorite D'Angelo song is How Does It Feel, right? But Nothing Even Matters is up there. Brown Sugar, of course, and Black Messiah. Woo. It's just a vibe. No, not Black Messiah. Really Love is one of my favorite D'Angelo songs. But Cruising, his rendition of Cruising, the remake of Smokey Robinson's song, is real good. And of course, he got some really dope features that I really love. He has a song with Common that I, just really F with. So y'all let me know y'all favorite D'Angelo songs. I mean, really, at this point, it's gonna be everything. It's gonna be all the songs. So, okay, we got Miss Thing. We got Miss Thing teed up over here. And shout out to Commissioner Eileen Higgins and her team. And you know what? I want to just share this. Before we go to Eileen, I want to share something with y'all. Let me see if I could get the picture. Let me see if I could get the picture teed up into How Does It Feel? Okay. Why is this on the screen? Sorry, y'all. I want to share something. As we talking about music, this is a really great segue into it. And I'm probably not going to be able to get it on the screen, but I'm going to show it to y'all. So my pants are called Scissor Pants. They're literally the boutique that I bought them from. They're called Scissor Pants. And let me tell y'all who came in High-Low News' thing today. I don't know if y'all could see this. Let me see if I can get this in front of my new 4K camera. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see? Let me see right here. Right here, it says SZA liked one. There you go. It's a little blurry. Let me see if I can get that for y'all. Whatever. I'm going to put it on our story. SZA, Grammy Award-winning SZA. Oh, Cruising. I see. Has came in High-Low News' likes. I don't even know how the algorithm got her over here to our side of the internet. But when our manager editor put it in our group chat, Derica, she's like, y'all, I'm fangirling right now. SZA liked one of High-Low News' posts. It may not be a big deal to y'all, but for me, for our team, we went up. That made my day. But it was also too confirmation on the work that I'm doing and the impact and the reach that we are doing at High-Low News. And so for that to reach one of my faves, never going back. No, you can't make me. Never going back. No, you can't take me. I had enough fun. I didn't do this. Okay, but I don't want the thing to get us, but I just was like, y'all, SZA liked something from High-Low News. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So yeah, that was the great news today. Yes, it's so dope, so awesome. Like the fact that this girl found our page and she actually liked the story. It's actually pinned to our reels with Jesse Wu talking about I will vote for Donald Trump. That's the story that she actually liked. Talking about like the way Hispanic Miami Cubans versus Black Americans and that divide or whatever. So yeah, shout out to SZA. I hope she sees this one day. I hope that she's my good girlfriend in the future. And I'm gonna be like, girl, let me show you this theme when we went up because you liked the post, girl. But from her, I'm hoping that more people of influence and celebrity follow and find and like High-Low News. Shout out to T.S. Madison. Shout out to Funky Dineva and different other celebrities and local people. Even Papa Keith, you know, the Radio Girl Super Cindy, like they're, you know, mess with us. Trick Daddy, Love It Trina has liked our stuff as well. And so Rico Love, I appreciate all of the people who have been fooling with High-Low News and supporting us and liking our content and even just finding us organically. That's been really cool. But for SZA, that one was really special. And it was just why I wore my SZA pants today. Because we had SZA in the building. And that's just totally, totally amazing. So yeah, shout out to High-Low News. We doing a few things. So without further ado, I would love. Hey, come on now. Come on. Why would the thing do that? Without further ado, I would love to introduce you guys to Commissioner Eileen Higgins. So let's get into it. High-Low News family, we have a very special guest in the building. I am so excited to have our next guest on. This is her first time making an appearance on the High-Low News Can We Talk podcast, but I'm bet it's not going to be the last. Without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show Commissioner Eileen Higgins. Hey!
Well, hello. How are you on this beautiful day?
Oh, loving it. Loving this neck piece. Loving what you're giving, the fashion statement here. Love it.
Well, let me just tell you, when you go to County Hall and you sit up on the dais, what I can tell you is I'm right under an air conditioning vent. So I'm always wrapped up in a scarf like I live in Alaska instead of Miami.
No, it's cold in the county commission building, but any building in Miami is always freezing because it's so hot outside. So I feel like that's the balance, like of what we have to deal with, right?
Indeed.
Well, welcome to the show, Commissioner Higgins. I'm so glad to have you on. You're having an amazing event. And here on High-Low News, we love to talk about small businesses and resources that are happening. And you have something that is coming up that you're working on and that we can share with our audience. So we'll just jump right in. Tell us what the Elevate Small Business Conference is all about.
Well, this is a one-day conference. It's free for small businesses throughout Miami-Dade County, of which we have a lot of small businesses. It's going to be at Miami-Dade College's Wilson campus. And what I've tried to do is bring together experts from all across the country and from our community to provide ideas, inspiration, insights that may not always be available to small business owners here. For example, we have the former Assistant Secretary of Commerce. She's going to come down. We have the opportunity to work at the Wilson campus's Artificial Intelligence Lab to talk about how AI can help even the smallest business with making their operations more efficient or working on communications. It's going to be cool. We're expecting probably over 500 people. You'll meet lots of people that have businesses just like yours, and people have businesses that are different than yours. It's an opportunity to learn, network, and spend a day working on yourself as the owner of a small business.
I love that. And as a small business owner, like these type of events are near and dear to my heart. And we were talking a little bit offline about, you coming from a small business family. Tell us, a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey and like your connection to small businesses.
Yeah. Well, I grew up, my dad started his own business and I was 12 years old, and it was he and his business partner. They started an engineering company. And I just remember they barely made ends meet, right, as they're starting out. But whenever they would hire a new employee, they couldn't afford to go to the store to buy furniture and bookcases. So we would have on Saturday afternoon, we would barbecue in the backyard and we'd literally build the desks and the bookcases for that employee. And they weren't very nice. And over time, the business grew. So I saw firsthand what it takes to really make sure you have a thriving business. And for my dad, it was really important. He had grown up in kind of a rough environment, was orphaned at a pretty young age. And he always said, I did not want my family to ever go through what he went through. And being a business owner was really important to him. But there's all of those things that I got the privilege of watching as a child, right? You got to build your own desk. How do you get a loan? Do you take out a second mortgage? And So when I was elected in 2018 as a county commissioner, one of the core values and tenets of all of my work on the commission has been making sure the 8,000 small businesses in District 5 feel supported. And I launched Elevate District 5. And since then, we've had over 1,000 businesses participate, whether it's training in marketing, how to find customers online. Now we've trained over 100 businesses on the use of artificial intelligence. We've had scale-up programs, access to capital. As a matter of fact, now a lot of them do business together. They've become friends and mentors to each other. And so this conference was taking a lot of the learning and feedback from these people about topics they wanted to know more about. And we're putting it all together in a one-day event.
Oh, that's what's up. And, I love the fact that you're so intentional about like the work that you're doing for small businesses. I'm just wondering, you mentioned District 5 businesses. Is this just for the people that live in District 5? Is this a countywide? Like, can you tell us who can attend and like, is there a cost or registration to it?
There's no cost to registration. It's countywide. We're working with chambers of commerce to make sure that local businesses, no matter what neighborhood they're in, whether they're down south, we've got the little Haiti chamber, we've got the Miami-Dade chamber, which now has a brand new office in Liberty City. I think have you visited? You visited, right? It's cool.
Yes.
Beautiful. So Eric and his team is helping. We've got Metris and the team from the Overtown Business Association, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce. And just spreading the word that this is going to be a great day. We've got resources for people. There's no cost. There's a website. You can go see the agenda. It's elevatesmall.biz, B-I-Z. And we're looking forward to a really good day. And all of the chambers are coming together to make sure that small businesses in this community feel really, really supported. Hey, there it is up on
yes.
Somebody's got it going on.
Yes, if you're looking at this screen, we pulled up the website for you, so you'll know where you're going when you pull up the web address and go over to the small business conference. And so can you take us, Commissioner Higgins, can you take us through the day of programming? What can people expect when they get there from the start to end?
All right, if you want to come early, we're going to do like speed networking and of course coffee. Then we're going to have some general sessions with two speakers that we're flying in to talk about the small business ecosystem overall, and then also a journey of how do you go from small to scaled to large. Then throughout the entire day, we've got a number of breakout sessions. So certainly for people that are interested in technology, we've got an AI breakout session. We're also looking at the impact of tariffs. You hear about it on the news all the time, right?
Yes.
But what does it mean for a small business, right? I was at the hair salon. I obviously don't have any extensions, but oh my God,
like me.
I'm like, yeah, well, let me tell you, extensions with the tariffs are now $30 more. And not everybody can afford that. Like everybody wants to look good, but there's a, we're not the richest people in the world. So what will tariffs and that environment really mean? And so I do think there's something for everyone. And I don't know about you, but access to capital is key. When I first got started in launching the Elevate program almost 4 years ago now, we did a survey of the small businesses in my community and asked them, when you need capital, what do you do? And you know what they said? They use their credit cards.
Wow.
They know it's bad. We know it's bad, but they weren't prepared to get that first loan. Right? They individually had credit, but the business didn't have credit. And in response to that, I've already launched 2 revolving loan funds that are only available to Miami-Dade County businesses.
Really?
And one is called the New Heights Microloan Fund, and that's for your first small loan, right? Maybe you'll get $5,000. Maybe you'll get $10,000. Really low interest rates, 3%. So a heck of a lot better than a credit card.
Yeah.
And then when you pay that back, you're then you're then able to go to the Rise Miami-Dade Fund, which is another fund that I launched. That's capitalized at about $30 million, and you can get $250,000 in a loan. And the So what I've tried to do through my Elevate program is make sure there's technical training. And then when these business owners go through this training, it shows that they're committed to themselves. And when you're committed to yourself as a professional, your business is going to succeed, right? You're professionally developing yourself. And then once you've done that, you're eligible to apply for these loans. And through the programming over the past few years, we have businesses that used to only be in this country that are now in 7 or 8 countries. We have restaurants that had 1 location that now have 6 or 7. It's amazing to see what happens when you invest in the owner of a small local business. And let's be very clear, we all live in Miami. Our local business owners are cool. They're from all over the world, right? We've got folks from Haiti, we've got folks from Nicaragua, we've got folks from Cuba, we've got folks from Honduras, all different points of view, but unique ways of investing in the kinds of businesses that make our communities so much more special than other parts of the country. But they need resources, and we have the resources in this county. They just weren't connected to them. So I have worked long and hard to make sure through Elevate District, the Elevate Small Business Programming, they get those resources. And once they've learned how to run the best business ever, that we have capital that they have ready access to in a way that you're never going to get your first loan from a big bank. They're not going to do it. Now in our county, through this work, we have those interim steps, the small loan for the first one, the medium loan, and then guess what? Then you're on your own. You go to the SBA, you go to some big fancy bank. You're out of the nest, so to speak.
This is amazing, and this is countywide. I'm almost like mad at myself for not knowing that these programs exist. I know about the Mayor Cava's initiatives and what Indeed is doing, but I have not heard about Elevate. So I'm so glad you're coming on to our platform to share this with our audience, because sometimes maneuvering, local government, especially county government, and figuring out what resources are there or available is not the easiest thing. And sometimes it's intimidating, for the average person. So when someone like you comes on and say, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why, it allows people to reach out and ask for help. And now they know more about it. Like, this is really, really cool. How many years have you guys been doing this?
So we launched the full program. Small Business Week is always the first week of May every year. And so we launched 3.5 years ago and have already helped. I think I've invested through almost $3.9 million so far into the businesses in my district. We've got over 1,000 businesses participating. 750 have had some kind of grant or some kind of loan. So it's cool. I said the wrong thing. 750 have participated in some sort of professional development. But I am so proud. And I'll tell you what, when we first launched the first Small Business Week, everybody walked into the kickoff program and all these small business owners just stood around. You know how it is. And you're like, oh crap, we need an icebreaker. These people aren't talking. Like, all right, whatever.
Miami people, we all say we're not friendly.
So when our first year anniversary of running the program, we had another breakfast mixer where we had access to capital advice. And I'm like, we need an icebreaker. I don't want to be where we were last year where people feel awkward when they walk into a room. We do not need an icebreaker anymore. These people have courses together. They have WhatsApp groups together. They're growing their businesses together. One's become the accountant for the other. The other's the marketer for this operation.
Wow, that's amazing. So the community that is built.
Our problem is that our mixers, we can't get anybody to shut up because they're such a good time. So, anyway, it's fun. It's good. And it's good to see the camaraderie and the connection, right? Small business owners are the most independent people you'll ever meet, right? In our community, so many of them are immigrants. They're even more independent, right? They left somewhere horrible to try to start a new life here. So they've got independence embedded into them. Then you put the small business in independence, but you got to be interconnected, right? We don't want you to give up your independence, but you got to be interconnected to the resources that are going to help your business survive. And that's what I've tried to do. And we're going to have more fun on October 24th at the conference.
Love it. And, Commissioner Higgins, while I have you here, I would love to know your thoughts on the role that small businesses can play, or starting a small business when it comes to the Black community and building generational wealth, because what we see, just for me personally, from being somebody from South Florida, we see a lot of like brain drain. We see a lot of people moving out of Miami-Dade County because they feel like maybe it's too expensive, or that it's no place for them here. But I do think that business ownership can be a pathway to be able to retain some of our, bright talent, especially within the Black community. I would love to know your thoughts on that, and like how these resources can help, strengthen a Black-owned business.
I think it's crucial, right? And that is what makes our neighborhoods unique. And as many people know, we have all of these fantastically interesting ideas. And when you're able to put them together, and so, for example, we were just chatting about the new headquarters in Liberty City of the Miami-Dade Chamber. But part of that opening, and the county was very intentional on this, is making sure there's co-working spaces for Black businesses, because part of getting started is the cost of rent in real estate, right? And so this way, when people are just starting out, they have a place to go that's incredibly affordable, and they're not alone. I mean, I know some people like to work from home, but let me tell you, I get my best ideas from chatting with other humans.
That part.
So for me, that's just me. Maybe I'm an extrovert. I don't know. Maybe. But so creating and fostering spaces like that, there's similar spaces in Overtown, and then making sure these business associations are resourced and connected to all of the things you were just talking about, Mayor Cava's Thrive 305 programming, and programs like this in Elevate District 5. And we've got to find a way to make sure when somebody starts a small business, they get all of the investment in themselves to be successful, right? Because I grew up in a family, entrepreneurs are good at a couple things. They're great at figuring out what the product is, right? But you also got to sell and service it, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to manage your cash flow. So it's not easy, right? It's not easy to be good at all three of those things. None of us are good at all three of those things when we come out of the womb. Those are skills we develop over time. And that's where programs like this come in handy, especially in the Black community. And, you're seeing up in Overtown now, Metris and Tina, the Overtown Youth Center, they're opening the new center there. They become authorized, they've received recognition as one of America's main streets, which comes with technical skills and redevelopment. And then fortunately with the CRA, they've done a great job at restoring a few of the historic businesses up there and open them as art galleries. So there is a fledgling entrepreneurial scene in Overtown that's amazing. Mm-hmm. And you got to worry about gentrification all the time, right? We can't be gentrifying the neighbors out of the neighborhood. So for me, it's very refreshing to see that they're Black-owned businesses in my opinion, our most famous, right, historic Black neighborhood. And reinvestment in Liberty City is going to be key to the city's survival, because, as you know, particularly the Liberty Square development, those dilapidated, well, you've seen them. They're just, the idea that was the way folks were forced to live, because they had low incomes, it's disgusting. And the county has really worked hard in making sure that every single person, and we have now achieved that, every single person that was living in those horrible little barracks is in a new apartment or a new townhouse. And in doing that, renovate the area to make sure there's parks, that there'll be access to a grocery store, and having small businesses there are key. And I think you've probably been up to the new Roots bookstore. We haven't had a Black-owned bookstore, in that part of town. We certainly have Mr. Mapu's bookstore over in Little Haiti, but that's what you need. And bookstores are not a place where you buy books if they're done properly. And these guys are properly. They're gathering spaces for people to think and be with each other and advocate for community. And so we got to do more of that. That's for sure. And that's what, that to me is what Elevate's for. And that's why when we did this conference, I thought I'm not just going to do it in my district. The people we're flying in are pretty significant. The college is so gracious. They have all the space. We really can handle 500, 600, 700 people. So don't feel badly wherever you live. And quite frankly, if you're in Broward, we're not going to tell anybody. Feel free to come. There are no borders here. You could just come.
This is amazing, and it's really refreshing to hear you speak of, the community, small businesses, Black-owned businesses in that way, because a lot of times, a lot of us live in our silos. We don't know what people are doing in different districts. So the fact that, to me, that you've been intentional and keeping an eye out on like what's happening in Overtown and Liberty City, it's really refreshing. I hope that the audience is taking note of that. Before I let you go and give you one last plug on the conference, I would love to know your thoughts, because you seem to me to be an advocate for local businesses. And when we think about the future of Miami-Dade County, we see the tech bros coming in and these large corporations, and sometimes it feels like the soul of what makes Miami, is kind of like being pushed out, because that is a big part of it is small businesses. What do you hope the role of a thriving or successful small business culture or a community looks like in Miami-Dade County? Like, what do you hope that we're working towards, and like what are your goals, or what do you want to do to contribute to that? So
we need both. Right? At the end of the day, we need a thriving small business community. And by the way, we have to have it. 80% of our businesses here have less than 10 employees. Our economy fails. Now, in the meantime, we've been very fortunate to attract some very interesting tech companies, which could provide high-paying jobs. What is important, right? Because not everybody wants to run a small business. It's 24/7. You don't have to go to work at 8:30 and come home at 5:30, right? Right?
Yes.
It's not for everybody. But these large companies, what we need to make sure is our people, right? Whether it's from the Black community, the Haitian community, or the Venezuelan community, or that we are in those jobs. And I'm really, really proud, particularly of Miami-Dade College. And I've gotten to work with them along with the mayor on an EDA grant from the Department of Commerce for Miami Tech Works program, where the college is training people and they are instantly getting internships in these companies in high paying tech jobs. So I think that's how, I don't want to say we want to infect them, but we do. Our people in there.
I mean, that's real. That we should be in.
Like we need to be in there. They can't be just flying folks down here to take those jobs. Otherwise, and when that happens, what happens? Our housing crisis gets worse. Right? What we need is the folks that already live here to be trained up. And I don't know about you. You don't have all the skills to get a tech job. I don't have all the skills, but Miami-Dade College can quickly get you or me ready. And then we are working, whether it's at a Citadel or whether it's a Kaseya or, and all of these other companies that are coming here, that they become part of our community rather than separate from our community. And so we got to do both. Because people want different choices. Some people would like to work in a large company and have that experience, but it has to be our people. We can't constantly be having folks come in from elsewhere who are basically displacing, what they've done to the rents. So we need people trained up to get in there as they grow. And that's happening slowly but surely. It's happening.
I love it. And I like that you said that it's a balance. It's, a thriving small business community, but also to larger companies offering higher paying jobs that people from our market, our community can get as well. So I like that.
And
that
it's a virtual cycle. Like the more of these larger companies are here, the more they're likely to need local advertising or local promotional agencies or eat at a local restaurant, right? It is a virtuous cycle as long as our people are employed by those companies in good high paying jobs, right? Not the low crappy jobs. So that's, and I don't know, I was just thinking in the back of my head, we also have to arts and community-based organizations, like you all are welcome to this Elevate conference. You employ people, you're an economic driver, the arts community is $1.4 billion in economic activities. And so sometimes just because you're not making a profit, people think of themselves differently, but you're still managing people. You're managing growth. You're managing your cash flow. You have a product to sell. Maybe it's ballet, but that's product, right? And so you all are welcome too. And I've been very intentional about making sure in the Elevate program that all of our community-based organizations and arts organizations have been invited from the forefront. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody else knows they're welcome too. They need access to capital to grow, right? So
yes. No, small business, nonprofit organization is still a business, just a different tax designation. Right. So I'm so glad that you broke that down, because sometimes, like you said, some people separate the two and they may think, oh, this may not be for me. No, this is for the community. And look, High-Low News family, we got to make sure that we show up, tell them that High-Low News sent you, tag us if you're taking photos or videos on social media so we can repost it. Commissioner Higgins, you are now a friend of the show, so please come back.
All right.
Please coming back, telling us what the amazing things that you're doing in District 5 and, any of your future endeavors. We would love to share that with our audience. You were a breath of fresh air, and I love the energy that you brought to High-Low News. I felt like you understood the assignment, so I appreciate it.
Hey, and it's good. It's a break. It's committee week on commission. So, I usually have to sit and listen to a lot of items. So this is a breath of fresh air for me. So
love it. Yes. Let's plug the conference one last time so people know like the who, what, when, where, why, and how they can attend.
October 24th, Miami-Dade College Wolfson campus, and elevatesmall.biz, B-I-Z. You'll find all the details and you can sign up there.
Yes, and it's on the screen. So head to elevate small.biz, and we'll have a link in our description and on our website. This will be an article as well, so you guys can get that information and click on it easily, and we'll share it on social media as well. Commissioner Higgins, this has been a pleasure to be able to interview you and speak with you and just to get to know you a little bit better. I did not even know all the work that you're doing around small businesses, so I'm so glad that I was able to hear your story and the work that you're doing to elevate other small businesses like myself. I'm definitely going to try to run over to the conference or send a reporter there, because what you're doing definitely needs to be shared with our audience. So thank you for seeing value in High-Low News and coming to share your story with us.
Awesome. Anytime.
Yes. We'll see you next time, and don't be a stranger.
Thanks so much.
High-Low News family. Sorry. Commissioner Higgins, thank you again for coming on the Can We Talk podcast, for coming and seeing value in our platform. And also too, we're growing in our influence. So, it's not just us coming for High-Low News. It's the other girls are coming over here too. I love it that they see the value in local news and what we're doing over here at High-Low. And I always say this, High-Low News is for everybody, right? We're not just for, the Black community, in the sense of like, our content is catered to the Black community, but everybody's welcome. You got information that our community should know about, Black and brown millennials should know about, come on over to High-Low. Okay. Y'all, this has been another amazing episode. If you're still with me, give me some love in the chat. Y'all know I don't like talking to myself. Please, give me something in the chat. Let's do some shout outs. Let's do a roll call. Shout out to Miami Gardens. Shout out to Boston watching in the building. Shout out to Charlotte watching in the building. Shout out to Savannah, Georgia in the building. Shout out to Virginia Beach in the building. Shout out to New York City in the building. Shout out to Carroll City in the building. Shout out to Orlando in the building. Shout out to Yo Mama and them in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building watching with High-Low News. Y'all, I'm really, really loving my set. I think we may need to figure this out, because I like this comfortable, be cool type of situation, and I like my little branding and things like that. I'm gonna get my pictures and my things. And y'all remember Jody Mama used to be like, hey, what's up? I'm still here. Y'all gotta know Tisha Campbell Martin with that horrible song that she did. But y'all gotta catch that T with the I'm still here. But yeah, I really love the show today. Shout out to everybody who came in. Shout out to the culture, that part. Yes. Thank y'all for allowing me to dedicate today's hot topic and show to D'Angelo. Thank you, D'Angelo, for the gift of music that you have given us. Today was a good day. I like the vibe. It was mellow. I'm loving the set, all of these things. Quick shout out to Florida Memorial University. Their homecoming is this week, so I'm going to pull up to some events. Tomorrow I'm going to be at the Improv with Godfrey watching them and maybe going to some more Florida Memorial events. So we got some good things coming up with That Part Podcast. Also, too, go check out That Part Podcast. We aired the episode of the mayoral town hall with the candidates. So that was free to the community. If you did not make it, that is something that you should share. Please share that with people who were not able to make it to the mayoral candidate event. But also, to check it out. It was definitely an interesting town hall and got a little spicy, but it was good and information was shared. And it's allowed you people who are voting to get the information that they need to make the best decisions for their life. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on all platforms. We're on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, what else? Twitter or X. Also, to head over to highlonewsmiami.com and sign up for our email newsletter. We have exclusive content. Y'all, it's the wine. It's not me. It's the wine, because I'm like brain farting over here. But I'm so comfortable with all my things. Robin, you did all this. Shout out to Funky Diva and the Real Housewives of Potomac. Great show. Oh, thank you, Tantas. Love you, love you, love you. But yeah, head to highlonewsmiami.com. Sign up for our email newsletter. We have exclusive content. We drop that content every Saturday morning and Sunday for our resend. So make sure y'all sign up for that. Also, too, if you want to be featured on High Low News, hit us up at info@highlownews.com or slide in our DMs. We have different features. Also, too, if you want to advertise with High Low News, hit us up at sales@highlownews.com and we'll get you the information. Our rates will be going up, okay? Because we have reached, y'all, we did 1,500 followers in 1 week. Crazy, right? Madness. So we're now reaching 2.2 million people. No, probably 2.4 million people a month, right? So the prices ain't gonna stay the same, but you want to get in now. Lock in with us. So if you want to do some advertising with us, as y'all see, Baptist Health has been a advertiser with us for the last, I think, 3 or 4 years. So shout out to Baptist Health and GMCVB who works with us as well. Bitch, not you sitting on here with a glass of wine like we chilling together. Yes, we are chilling together. We're gonna have to figure out. Y'all gonna know. We have our Charlotte set up. We have our Miami set up. Y'all will know when I'm in Miami because we'll be having all of this. All of this. Y'all know what I should do? If they safe, we may do just like me and Papa Keith was doing in person. I invite people to the set and we have a little conversation, a little thing, a little conversation, a little things, a little conversation, a little things. Hey, yes, we love the both setups. I love it too, and it's giving different energy. So I'll see y'all next week. Shout out to Ashley J, our producer, and everybody at the High Low News family. I love y'all for real. Shout out to SZA, y'all, SZA. Come on now. How can I snooze and miss the moment? You are so important. Nobody like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. I know SZA, y'all. SZA. I mean, I'm up. That made my week. That is confirmation. Wait, we're not ready to go. Well, I don't know what else to talk about. I can't lose. Come on now. Friend, what I text you? Never going back. Never going back. No, you can't make me. Never going back. Never back. Come on now. Broken clocks. Come on. SZA, that album just is a moment in time. So for her to like my stuff, when I got my check, I was gone. That's what I Lex, that was for you. Y'all, let me get up out of here. I'm going to head over to the Florida Memorial Fish Fry that is so blackety black. That's how you can tell you're going to a black homecoming. I'm going to a fish fry. So I'll shout out, pull up there and show some video on Hello News. So y'all be on the lookout. Keep the video going. Wait, why you just came here? I thought I saw you commenting earlier, JJ. I gotta go, and I gotta use the restroom. I've been drinking this thing. Honestly, if I stay on here, good night, love you, auntie. If I stay on here, I'm gonna start saying stuff I don't need to say, and we don't need to do that. We don't need to. We don't need to. I had to go back out. Oh, okay. Y'all know what I want to start doing? And we're going to have to wait till the audience get a little bit bigger. But I want to do call-ins. I need y'all to call in. Wait, why the number jumped up? Where y'all came from? All these people watching Hello News now. Where y'all was at 10, 20 minutes ago? But, yeah, I want to say, I had some very special conversations about just life and things like that. And I know these people are watching. So definitely want to say thank you to Denzel Burnside. Thank you to Omari. And thank you to Gerard. You guys have been very, very helpful with some very personal conversations. And just wanted to say thank y'all while I got my platform. And I know y'all watching. So we give people their things. Yes, keep talking to us. First of all, JJ and Alexis, we could just we don't have to do this with the rest of the world. We don't have to do this with the rest of the world. I'm trying to think. It is something that I wanted to tell y'all. Oh, well, I got y'all on the line and the number keep jumping up. Hello News, That Part Podcast, and Just Vote Period will be live on location at the karaoke in the gardens on November 1st at the Rolling Oaks Park. So we're going to have a live podcast in. So y'all come pull up with your girl. Come talk to me. Come meet me in person. Feel on me, but not too much. Just give me a light hug. But stay away if you got the germs, right? All right. Good night. Good night. Y'all headed to watch Reasonable Doubt. Love you, Nate. Reasonable Doubt on? Okay. But yeah, so y'all make sure y'all pull up on us. November 1st, we'll be at Karaoke in the Gardens in person. Activating and doing things and having some giveaways, and we're gonna do a gift card giveaway as well, so y'all make sure y'all come with the kids, and that's it. That's all I got for y'all. JJ and Lexus, I'll hit y'all on the cell. We can talk about some of these things, but good night, y'all. It's been a mega day. I love the show today, and I appreciate y'all support those who support us. We got to pay some bills before we get out of here. And with that in mind, Alonzo Mourning, talk to the kids.
When I was diagnosed with cancer last year, I was asymptomatic. I felt great. I wouldn't have found out if I didn't do a voluntary screening. Take charge of your health, go to the doctor, be proactive with your health.